Are you supposed to be here? What's your name?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Welcome to Creepy Cool Vision!
Greetings, and welcome once again to Creepy Ghoul Vision. I am Creepy Ghoul, your host. Thank you for tuning in once again. Back from the dead, coming at ya from deepest, darkest Scarborough. Well, maybe not deepest, darkest Scarborough, but yeah, somewhere in Scarborough. This place called the Bat Cave. Where's my drink? I forgot to pour my drink. Well, that kind of sucks. I'm gonna pour my drink. I'm pretty sure you could hear the ice maker going off. Now let's pour some of this elixir. Again, on a Saturday night in the city, in the shitty city, in the slow city of Toronto, Ontario, we have Black Zambuca on the rocks. Here's to ya. You are the toast of the town. Guys, this video is going to consist of punk rock, horror stuff, and collectibles, and the rest. That's what I'm going to call it. I got all sorts of shit here. I got records, I got tapes, CDs, VHS, Blu-rays, patches, collectibles, action figures. Let's get to it right now. Collection update, coming at you on Creepy Ghoul Vision. Where do I begin? I will begin with the return of the Living Dead Girls CD soundtrack. Holy fuck, man. I missed out on this at Juno Records a while ago, and they got it back and I scooped it up right away. This is a fucking killer soundtrack to a fucking sleazy, trashy film. Eurotrash, sleazy trash, Eurotrash, sleaze film beyond belief called Return of the Living Dead Girls. If you can find it, grab it. Trust me, on any format, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. God, I've got it on a weird copy of it on DVD. I think I got and a standard copy on DVD. The soundtrack is just fucking atmospheric and killer beyond belief, man. I'm telling you, the film is sleazy and trashy beyond belief. Holy hell. If you're like me and you like your 80s chicks in lingerie, then you need to check this film out right there. It's a piece of sleaze and trash. It's about a bunch of girls that drink some contaminated milk. They die and come back from the dead. Love it right there. Great soundtrack, man. I would love to get this on LP. Juno Records. If you haven't checked out Juno Records, I suggest you do. Like Juno, Juno Records out of the UK. Great selection, great prices, great shipping. I got nothing too bad to say about these guys, man, I'm telling you. Really great stuff. Stuff that nobody else gets. Such as this. EBM, Goth Industrial EBM. This one is called Bodywork Selections Volume 1. Okay. Got the label on there. Let me take it out and show you the J card. This is a EBM Industrial Comp. There it is right there. They've got a few volumes out. I can highly recommend Volume 1. If you're into the early stuff like, say, Frontline Assembly, stuff like that, like really great EBM from the early days that you used to hear in the goth rock clubs, then you need to check this out. Standard red shell cassette, simple, right to the point, really. I've never even heard of any of the shit on here, but the beauty of Juno Records is they let you listen to the releases there, which is really great. This is really great stuff. I can highly, highly recommend. If you like the old school goth industrial EBM, check it out. Bodyworks Selections, Volume 1. Juno Records, I think, is the only place you can probably get this. May even be local to them too, UK. Shit. I'm gonna save the records for last. Let's get on to some other shit. Creepy Ghoul recently had he recently turned 48 years old last Sunday, and someone very near and dear and special and all that jazz to him took him to this place called, this magical place called London, Ontario, for a very special weekend. And in the midst of that weekend, was taken to a few local shops in the area, like record shops, head shops, collectible shops, book shops, type of thing. And in his travels, he found a few cool patches actually. Here it is right here. I have hopes to start a black army jacket with strictly all horror-related patches on them. So I scooped some of these ones up. Here it is right here. One of my favorite films of all time, the original 1968 George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. I met George Romero a few times in the past before he passed away. I was actually at his memorial. I was literally 3 feet away from his casket. I stood there, I said a few words under my breath type of thing. It was quite a surreal moment, I gotta say, at Mount Pleasant Cemetery here in Toronto. Handful of years back. Rest in peace, George Romero. In my opinion, Christopher Lee made the best Count Dracula in history, next to Bela Lugosi. Got the Taste the Blood of Dracula patch. Really great patch. Really cool patch. Really well done. Couldn't believe it. I walked in this head shop and there they were on the wall, these horror patches. Like, holy fuck. Look at that, eh? One of my favorites, Vampira. Rest in peace. Yeah, horror queen, no doubt, man. I do love Elvira. I met Cassandra many moons ago, but I lean more towards Vampira. It has nothing to do with the Misfits or anything like that, my love for the Misfits, but just Vampira was more, she was like the original Scream Queen. Evil Dead. I always loved that image. I believe it's supposed to be a blue shirt instead of a red. But I love that. The hands coming at you. Yeah, some cool patches right there for you. This one unique vintage old ancient bookstore-ish that we went into. I rummaged around and I found a few finds, and I'll share those with you. I don't have a card, nor do I remember what the name of the bookstore was, but if you are ever in Canada, visit, London, Ontario, man. It's a college town, yeah. It's a microbrewery town. It's a hipster fucking town. Again, as I said in my previous video, I see a lot of dudes with spacers in their ears with fucking beards, full-on beards, and toques. Anyhow. Oh yeah, let's start collecting quote-unquote vinyl. Yeah. Oh, vinyl's back. Let's start collecting again. Anyhow. Creepy Ghoul is a big Peanuts fan. And I saw this greeting card from the old Hallmark days, and I had to get this of Snoopy as a vampire. Like, seriously, I have a thing with a Beware. Okay? There it is right there. Check it out. The Vampire Beagle knows where you keep your candy. Happy Halloween. For collection purposes, a Peanuts greeting card. Halloween card. From Hallmark. Love it. Love it. I've loved Peanuts since day one. Since before I could even probably say a word. I can resonate with the Peanuts gang. I've always said you can relate day-to-day life back to the Peanuts gang. You know, Peanuts' logic is like no other. I compare myself a lot to Snoopy. Another find, I was digging through boxes there, and I found some old lobby cards, man. Some original colorized lobby cards. Blood of Dracula with the female ghoul. How many of you remember that film right there? The paper this has been printed on is just fucking phenomenal, man. I didn't want it to get damaged, so they put it in like a record sleeve for me. But yeah, I have this one on VHS. This is extremely hard to get. Blood of Dracula. And the other lobby card I got was classic right there. That's a classic shot right there. Vincent Price, The Tingler, the axe scene. The Tingler. Guys, if you have not seen this film yet, The Tingler, do yourself a fucking favor, and I don't care how you watch it, download it, stream it, whatever the fuck. Watch this film. The Tingler. One of the greatest Vincent Price films ever. The Tingler. Really happy to have that lobby card. Colorized at that. Gotta get some frames for these, that's for sure. Yeah, I was really happy to find that. They were in like the bottom of a fucking barrel. Jeez. Anyhow. Moving right along, do the records last. I got some collectibles here. I got some Blu-rays. I got a VHS. So let's get to some Blu-rays. Now, I don't have a lot of Blu-rays, as I said in previous videos. I probably have like 100 or so. That's not that many, okay? When Blu-rays first came about, I said to myself, I didn't want to redo my DVD collection, which is absolutely fucking massive, again on Blu-ray, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, I'm very fussy and particular with the Blu-rays that I collect. Like, they gotta be something really fucking special. If you're ever in London, Ontario, you need to check out Odyssey Records. I am going to put the link in the description box down below. Trust me. You want records, you want tapes, you want CDs, you want selection, you want amazing prices, you want top-notch customer fucking service. You need to check out Odyssey Records in London, Ontario. I kid you not, man. There's the back of the card. I don't know how well you're going to see that. But easily one of the best record shops I've ever been into. Seriously. Odyssey Records, London, Ontario. If London, Ontario wasn't a 2-hour drive from Toronto, I'd be there like every week, at least twice a week at this place. I'm dead fucking serious. One of my favorite Italian sleaze trash horror films is Beyond the Darkness. Boyo Omega, if I'm even pronouncing that properly. In English, Beyond the Darkness. Absolute one of the most macabre films in the genre. Joe D'Amato. Need I say more? I was very happy to have gotten this version, the Severian Films version, particularly because it contains not only the Blu-ray cleaned up version of the film, not that it really needed cleaning up, but it contains the soundtrack as well, which is absolutely, positively chilling beyond fucking belief. I have the LP release of it as well. And it's got some pretty killer features as well. Goblin does the score. I remember seeing Goblin when they first played Toronto many years back. I actually filmed the entire show, which you can find on the channel, Creepy Ghoul Vision. Check it out, Goblin in Toronto. Beyond the Darkness. Seriously, if you haven't seen this film yet, like, holy fuck. Really cool features. It shows Goblin Reborn perform Buyo Omega, which is Beyond the Darkness, live 2016. The soundtrack is absolutely chilling. Holy fuck. I haven't even watched that yet. I'm looking forward to it. It's got the CD soundtrack by Goblin. Yeah, that was a huge bonus, getting the soundtrack to this film. Beyond the Darkness. Highly recommend. Easily one of my favorites. A rarity. I have this VHS from the old days. Like a weird big box VHS from the old days. Castle of Creeping Flesh. And in my old band from the 90s, Night of the Ghouls, I used this image as one of our flyers, I remember back in the day. Sleazy, trashy, as you can probably tell. God, I love her fucking outfit. Fuck. One of those hands have got to be mine. Those are one of my hands. Anyways, there we go. I was shocked when I found this Blu-ray, Castle of Creeping Flesh. I want to I want to build my Blu-ray collection. As I said, I'm very particular and fussy with the Blu-rays I get. They got to be something special, mostly of the horror genre. Sci-fi is always good on Blu-ray as well. But yeah, had to get that. Really good price, Castle of Creeping Flesh. This one does not come around often or at all. I've never actually seen it on Blu-ray, so there you go. Really happy to have that in the old collection. Some weird fucking sounds in the background. Not of this earth. Tracy Lords. I met Tracy many moons ago. She signed a whack of my shit. Anyhow, not of this earth. Very campy. Very low budget. The acting is absolutely horrible, but I love Tracy in this film. Really great film, in my opinion. Trashy beyond belief. I found this at Odyssey Records in London, Ontario. Check them out. I found this for a really cool price. I had to grab the VHS. I don't even think I have this on VHS. I've got a really nice promo poster, cardboard promo poster of this that I've got to get framed at some point. But yeah, Not of This Earth, Tracy Lords coming at you. There you go right there. Love Tracy. Oh, a couple weeks ago in the mail. I haven't even opened it yet. Fuck. This is definitely my last issue. I have no issues left in my subscription to Horror Hound magazine. One of the, if not the best horror magazine on the newsstands right now, next to, in my opinion, Dark Side magazine from the UK, which I was contemplating a subscription to after the conversion. That's going to be $100 subscription for like 6 issues. It's kind of steep right now with the way things are, but anyhow, happy to get my last issue of Horror Hound magazine. Okay, haven't even opened it yet, just I haven't had much time, but yeah, can't wait to slice this one open and have a look. Horror Hound magazine, because Creepy Ghoul said so. Okay, moving right along. What do we got? Before the records, I got a couple more collectibles to show you. Went into this one comic collectibles shop. I can't fucking remember the name. I think it's called Heroes in London, Ontario. This place is immense. Like, wow. It's like my second time going there. Last time I was in London was the first time I was there, like 6-7 years ago. Saw the last Bolt Thrower tour. And then after that, we went around the corner in the same building, actually. We saw the Cro-Mags play. Great fucking show. Holy shit. And then the next day we went shopping at all the vintage bookstores, record stores, and we found this collectible shop. And I revisited it this weekend on, I think it's called Heroes. And I found, this is one of the little finds, the Frankenstein Snoopy figure. The Reaction Super 7 Frankenstein Snoopy. I could not resist that. I'm a huge Peanuts fan. If you ever want to send me anything Peanuts, please do. I beg. And there it is right there. They were spooked out. The Peanuts gang were a little spooked out by watching Frankenstein. And I think Linus and or Charlie Brown had a vision of a dream of Snoopy as Frankenstein, and there it is right there, straight off the pages of the comic strip. Look at that. Snoopy as Frankenstein. It doesn't get any better than that, really. Here it is right here. Now, I love the Mego reissues. I saw this one at Heroes comic book shop, and I had to grab. I could not resist. The Reaper, the grim fucking Reaper. Mego. Check this figure out. Very Crimson Ghost-ish. But that's not why I got it. That wasn't even the first thing that popped in my head, surprisingly, was the fact that it was one of the reissue Megos, which I have quite a few of. And it was the fact that it was the Grim Reaper. There we go right there. Okay, this music is extremely hypnotic. Or is it the drink? Guys, I've got some crazy punk rock and horror themed records I'd like to show you guys. Now, I visited my my local punk rock record shop here in Toronto today with one of my best friends. The record shop is called Emissions Record Shop. I'm gonna put the link in the description box. You do not ever fucking come to Toronto without checking out Emissions Punk Rock Record Shop. You say you're into punk rock? Well, you do not leave this city without checking out Emissions Punk Rock Record Shop. I'm dead fucking serious, man. These guys are great. One of the things I picked up today was funny enough, I saw this online just a week ago. I was like, are you kidding me? I saw this at Juno Records, and I had it, I clicked the notification, let me know when it's back in stock, because I gotta grab it. Lo and behold, I walk into Emissions Punk Rock Record Shop today, and there it was. The Welcome to Venice compilation from the old days, the reissue of it. I don't even know if this is a fucking boot or official. I doubt it's official. I have 2 copies of the original release of this amazing fucking skate rock compilation from the old days. Seriously, this is not what it looks like, by the way. This is the reissue, I think, boot version. Welcome to Venice. There it is right there. Alfred Hitchcock wearing the suicidal flip hat and the bandana, holding up the actual, well, you know what I mean, a Welcome to Venice album. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this album, like, in my opinion, it needs no introduction. Suicidal Tendencies, Beowulf, No Mercy, Excel, Case Closed. 100% two fingers in the air, skate rock, punk rock, the real fucking deal. No bullshit, no Green Day, no NoFX, no Offspring, no fucking Good Charlotte, no this, no that, no bubblegum. The real fucking deal. Welcome to Venice. Okay, guys. I've got... Okay, so what's wrong with this picture right off the bat? What's wrong with this fucking picture? I've got, I don't know how many versions of Walk Among Us I've got. And I said I was not going to get another version of Walk Among Us. I've got officials. I've got boots. I saw this at Emission's punk rock record shop today, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Look at this cover. Like, look at this. It's a piece of shit. I asked Dave, the owner, I said, where did this come from? He kind of smirked, and under his breath he said, some label, someone from Italy, or something. It's an Italian fucking bootleg, probably. Look at this. We got the Crimson Ghost with a patch over his eye. It's Walk Among Us. But look at that. What a shitty fucking... I could not resist. I don't even care, man. $26. I'm supporting my local punk rock record shop. I had to get this. I don't give a shit. Black LP. Even the insert looks like it was like photocopied at somebody's office or some shit. This will definitely act... Look at that. You can't even see this shit. Look. This is... Oh, man. This has got to be the worst looking version of Walk Among Us I have ever seen and probably owned. Let's hope it sounds decent. Holy crap, man. Because this is pretty much going to act as my playing copy. You know what I mean? My fucking around playing copy. Look at that. Can't even see that shit. You know what? $26, man, to my local record shop. I don't even give a shit. Jism. I had this on my wish list as of recently. Walked into my local punk rock record shop, Emission Records here in Toronto, which you do not visit fucking Toronto if you're into punk hardcore without visiting this fucking record shop. Like, I'm serious right now. Just came out. I'm not sure if this is a boot. This is probably a boot. But it doesn't really matter. This is a fucking devastating fucking album. M.A.N. by Jism. I don't even care if you think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Jism. I've always said Jism. M.A.N. Military Affairs. Neurotic. You gotta love the Japanese, man. Look at that. And look at that suggestive cover. There it is right there. Great fucking album right here. All Jap. No crap. Jism. M.A.N. Seriously. Look at that, eh? From Emission's punk rock record shop today. Joy Division. Unreleased Pleasures. I'm assuming from the Unknown Pleasure days, we've got some unreleased tracks, the RCA demos, Genetic Record sessions, Some previous studio sessions not even released, previously unreleased. Everything here is previously unreleased. I'm all over that, man, especially from the Unknown Pleasures era. Oh yeah, I am all over that. Look at all those tracks. It's every track that we fucking know. There's Ian, rest in peace. Yeah. I had no issues dropping $25 on that record. No issues at all. Let's get into some horror shit. Horror records. Soundtracks. From Juno Records. I missed out on it the first time. Got it the second time. Pumpkin Witch. Guys, honestly, this is not for everyone. If you're into unsettling noises, and just like atmosphere, you need to check out this project, Pumpkin Witch. I own several releases in their discography. This is one of them, my most recent one, Hovel of the Pumpkin Witch. Great background for Halloween. No question about it, never mind the visuals, but you need to check this out. If you're into the unsettling noises, atmosphere, just some weird shit, man, check out Pumpkin Witch. This is not music by any fucking means. I love this shit so much. Kind of like what you hear in the background. Oh, so Creepy Ghoul just turned 48 last Sunday, and one of his best friends got him this record as a birthday present. This was actually on my list too. I have the soundtrack, but this is the expanded version of the Halloween soundtrack that I had my eye on, and one of my best friends found it for me and issued it as a birthday present for me last week. Thank you very much. Original motion picture soundtrack expanded edition, composed by John Carpenter, his son Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Davis. Orange LP and one black LP. There you go. Love horror soundtracks to the max. And I really wanted this one as an expanded edition with the lenticular cover of Michael in the fire there. So, in London, Ontario, I you know what? It's rare that I would drop $60 on a fucking record in this day and age, or in any day and age. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm supporting a small business, small local business. Fuck. Again, from Odyssey Records in London, Ontario. You need to check this place out. I can't stress that enough. I scooped up. He had the Friday the 13th 3D soundtrack with 3D cover. Yeah, this has got like a lot of shit on it, man. I contemplated it in the store. I went back twice, actually. We went back twice, both days, and I had my eye on this. It's got side A, side B, side C, side D, double LP. This is an amazing soundtrack. Plus, it's got I haven't even opened it yet. Fuck. But I saw it online. It's got a few little treats inside. And part 3 was a very extremely special part of Friday the 13th because when it was released, well, obviously it was released in 3D in the theaters. I saw it many, many moons back at a local theater here in Toronto when they featured it in 3D with the cheap little 3D glasses. It was fucking phenomenal. I wish that they would put out the 3D Blu-ray or DVD of it. Fuck. So I splurged $60. I grabbed the soundtrack. One of the most expensive fucking records I've ever bought. Holy fuck. I had the pleasure, again, from Odyssey Records, London, Ontario. Check them out. I'm gonna keep fucking doing this. Odyssey Records. I scooped up the... Holy fuck. I scooped up the Black Christmas LP soundtrack. Just came out a little while ago. Had it on my radar. $40. 2 tracks. Excerpts from the film. The original Black Christmas. Put out when I was born. 1974, I believe. Yeah. 1974. I had the extreme pleasure of meeting Lynn Griffin at this year's Horrorama, and she signed my my special edition DVD copy of VHS or DVD. Fuck, I don't remember. I think it was VHS. My VHS copy, yeah, of Black Christmas. Years ago, I got Margot Kidder to sign my DVD copy of Black Christmas. The same version, but on a DVD format. Amazing, man. I'm telling you, I had to grab this. As it is the holiday season, and Black Christmas is just a fucking amazing film. Never mind the remakes. Don't even bother. I'm telling you right now, if you do, I'll fucking come for you. The original Black Christmas, 1974, the year of Creepy Ghoul, 1974, November 20th. Don't you forget that. I'll see you next year. Classic, lost and forgotten and underrated Canadian horror, Curtains. Again, I believe Lynn Griffin was in this film, if I'm not mistaken. Fuck. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Curtains soundtrack. I was like, what the fuck? Really? On LP? I had no problems dropping $40 on this soundtrack. No problem at all. Waxwork Records takes great pride and pleasure in putting out like these horror soundtracks and just like beefing them up with a whole bunch of extras and like just like respectable artwork and like formats, gatefolds and whatnot, posters, inserts, you name it. But yeah, Curtains. If you have not ever seen this Canadian classic horror from the early 80s, you need to do yourself a fucking favor and check this out. I don't care how you fucking do it, man. It's a hard film to get. I only recently found this on Blu-ray at this year's Horrorama in Toronto. I scooped that shit up right away. Now I've got the LP soundtrack. Very chilling film. Holy fuck. Alright guys, so that was it for punk, rock, and horror stuff. Now, I've got a few more items here I'd like to showcase for you. Real quick. While I was in London, and at the comic and toy shop, Heroes it's called, I scooped up the George Jefferson vinyl pop. Now, the Jeffersons was a show I grew up on. Man, they don't make shows like that anymore. I couldn't find Louise Wheezy, his wife, but I was like, wow, George Jefferson. I scooped that shit up right away. Love vinyl pops. Jeffersons. How many of you guys watch the Jeffersons? What a great fucking show. A birthday present from one of my best friends last week. He knows I'm a Peanuts fan, and he got me this Peanuts CD. Cyrus Chestnut, whoever that is, and Friends, a Charlie Brown Christmas. I guess a piano rendition of a Charlie Brown Christmas. There you go. Big Peanuts fan. Love Peanuts. Love anything Peanuts. Another present he got me was, I'm a little confused about this. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Season 4 DVD set. I mean, I already have this in a different version. So, no offense, but this may go in my next year's garage sale. Sorry. I got so many fucking DVDs, it's ridiculous. But I do love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the original. Can't go wrong, man. Those were the days, man. Back in the day. Again, another Peanuts record. Actually, I didn't have this one. Snoopy for President, the Royal Guardsman. I probably have a different version of this. but not this cover. But nevertheless, it's a Peanuts collectible, and it's the thought that counts. Thank you very, very much. And how many of you people remember Laserdiscs? I've got a couple Laserdisc player, one right there, one in the back. And my buddy got me a couple Laserdiscs for the old collection. Jaws, I don't think I have. Death Wish, I do have a copy of this, so I don't mind another copy because Laserdiscs are extremely rare and hard to find in this day and age. Jaws, the original Jaws, well, fuck, man, on any format, you can't really go wrong. That's just a great fucking shark film. That's probably the shark film that started it all. And Charles Bronson, Death Wish. Love that shit, man. The original Death Wish. And for those of you who don't know what a Laserdisc is, I will show you. A Laserdisc, they were big. They actually started in the 70s, but they were big throughout the 80s into the 90s. Massive in the 90s. All it is a big, it's the same size as an LP record, but it looks like a CD, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. There it is, that's a Laserdisc. And there's players where you put this in. And side 1 and side 2. You gotta flip it just like a record. And it's the film. Now, I have a pretty extensive Laserdisc collection here. These are heavy as fuck. I got them in crates. And most of my Laserdiscs, I would say, are horror. They're very rare and hard to find. At one point, the original Friday the 13th, the Japanese Laserdisc was actually the only uncut version of that film on the entire planet. And I own a copy of that. It was going for astronomical amounts on eBay. Holy fuck. I don't even remember where I got my copy from. But anyhow, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed my video. Give me a couple thumbs up, will you? Like, share, and subscribe to this weirdness we call Creepy Ghoul Vision. And, yeah, we'll see you on the next video, okay? In the meantime, stay weird.
Thank you for tuning in to Creepy Ghoul Vision. Stay weird.